Welcome to the official AFL Fantasy podcast with the Traders.
G'day with the Traders, I'm Roy, I coach Destroy, and I'm here with Warnie!
Coach of the Wardogs!
He's back, and Calvin.
Coach of Calvinator. I've got an eye on the button pressing over here, right?
I'm actually a little bit rusty, Cal.
Yeah,
Yes, he is.
He was a bit slow on that.
And after watching you last week, oh jeez, took a few years off my life trying to think that we were going to get a product out there last week.
We find it more interesting if you start the show with the cow button.
That was... It brought something, didn't it?
Didn't it ever?
G'day with the Traders.
I could see a little heart skip a beat.
Oh, mate, it did. Didn't it ever?
But anyway, we're here. I'm back out of my bloody little cave, and we're ready to roll for, it's
How'd you
round
go
three,
with it?
round four.
How'd you go?
How'd you go with it?
It was a long week.
Yeah.
And not anything to do with any symptoms. Having a 4-year-old.
Yeah.
She's 5 now. I think she turned 5 in ISO as
In
well.
ISO, unbelievable.
But yes, no, that was probably the toughest thing all the way through, I reckon. Yes, dealing with a small human.
Yeah, they
and
suck.
I was probably not that far behind, to be honest. I
You
was
bloody-
bouncing off the walls.
Well, you didn't look too bouncy to me, laying back on your bed like Hugh Hefner.
Didn't he
on
ever?
the Zoom calls.
Didn't he
Oh,
ever?
He looks very happy.
I had to hide in the house as well. Bloody Disney Plus going on in one room and freaking
Yes,
Housewives of the Kardashians.
Did you
in
come
another one?
Any
Far out.
hidden gems you came across?
Not really. No. I wish actually, when I was in that ISO, I thought, far out, I've got so much time to do this. But you've only got 2 trades. I
Yeah.
wish that happened leading into round 1.
Would have been handy. No,
Hey,
you would have
I
overthought
would
it.
have overthought it. That's what would have happened.
Did you listen to any good podcasts?
I listened to a podcast.
Yeah.
But you asked if I listened to any good podcasts. No. Yes, no, I listened to you, blokes. You were good. I will give that to you, and I can't wait to get a few more things for you to read out during this program.
gee.
Thanks. We can't wait for you to get sick again.
Right, boys, round 3
Sorry,
happened.
dog, I didn't mean
Let's
that.
get into it. Let's start thinking about it. And, Calvin, you're walking the plank.
I was hoping this wasn't...
One job.
I didn't think this was going to come up.
This was your time to shine.
Okay. I tell you what. Taggers
Yeah.
Are back.
absolutely destroyed us.
They have. They were
Butchered
back
us.
out
Back
of
in
nowhere.
vogue.
Out
Yes.
of nowhere.
And not just a one tag as
No,
well.
actually, in the media, there was a big focus on it during the week.
Yeah.
And their new term, cooler. Is it a cooler or a
cooler.
tagger? Is it a tagger or a cooler? A
cooler.
But they were
very
saying
cool.
they need to come back, whether it be the tagger or
Yes.
the cooler.
Yep.
And they were back.
And they cooled all right.
They cooled.
They slammed our guns.
They did. Never seen anything like it, really.
No.
Across the board.
So the captains,
Yeah,
Calvin,
it wasn't good.
here they are.
Okay.
The most popular
Oh,
captain.
no.
So
I
this
didn't know
isn't
you
even your
got a
list.
list of them.
Jack Macrae, the most popular captain, 75.
People just went C straight up.
Yep. Idiots. 21% had him as VC, and they wouldn't have been taking that.
No.
Took Miller, next popular, 15%.
Oh, dear.
Tag
doesn't
there.
do that.
He was my
60.
number 1 pick.
Lockie Neal, who just quietly resurrected himself and saved himself with his own.
Totally
because that
redeemed
could have
himself.
been a 20. Jack Steele did get a ton.
Hey.
Just
There I go.
Just that could have been a lot
Woo,
worse as
did
well.
you see his first quarter?
Yes.
Oh, my God.
He was on 0
Until-
basically for the first 20-odd minutes.
Till time on, he had nothing.
Not good.
That is unbelievable.
So you know what I do with that?
But he wasn't even tagged, was he?
No.
No,
He
God,
was just
no.
not interested.
You don't tag someone. You don't even cool someone who
You
doesn't
know
touch
what?
the ball.
So he gets open, and they look at him and
Yeah.
just go, nah, I'm going somewhere else. And they'll kick it away from him.
Do you know what? We've seen things like this
Yes.
in the past.
Yes.
Because there were times he was the best guy in
Yep.
the best position, calling for it. And how did you see his reaction? Hands up, head shaking.
Yep.
Do you know
He's
what it took me
angry.
back to? Basher Hooley.
That's right.
Remember when they went cold on?
Deliberately cooled him himself.
It's a team cooling.
yeah, team cooling.
Very
Don't know what he's done.
He's done something in the change rooms.
uncool.
Jealous of good looks, I
And
reckon.
number 5 on the list,
Wouldn't it be?
in 11%, was Christian Petrarca as skipper there. And
How
so-
can he be tagged?
They're
Well,
just
he was.
reliable names.
Bombers did well.
And the track, untaggable was the label.
Well, it was.
that he was given by some clowns.
But he was tagged by, yes, he was tagged by one of Essendon's only good midfielders.
yeah, I
Dom.
know. So that's not sustainable.
Who went
That's
to
not
him?
a good thing.
Andy McGrath.
McGrath did
Yep,
it.
McGrath did it.
May not get defender status off the back
No.
of that either now.
He'll get a cooling status.
So that were the top 5, Cal.
Yep.
You also had some other players in your Calvin's captain's top 5.
Right.
Andy Brayshaw. Oh, he got 181 last week. I might make him my number 2 pick.
It did come with a flag
Oh, did it?
that he might get tagged.
Why did you put him right up there then?
Because I can't control if they're going to do it or not, Doug.
No, that's true, but,
But as I s-
and
and
he
could have
made a
been-
good recovery.
That could have been worse as well.
He got
60-odd points in the second half.
68 in the last half.
That's what he
But I
does.
got to a point where if I'm going down, I'm bringing everyone down with me.
Yeah, that's fair.
Unless the 6th most popular player of our captains,
Yeah.
7%, Patrick Cripps.
Yeah, go Cow! Woo!
Well done.
I'm back.
Nailed it.
38 he
Yep.
scored. Here's a machine.
That's
All right,
Cripper.
boys. Let's look at our scores. How did we go on the weekend? Let's start with the top of the tree. Destroy finally dethroned me.
I've been so excited to see on Twitter what my head wobble would look like.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I just looked at it for hours. So I got 21-12, which moved me up the rankings a fair bit, actually. So I'm up around that 7,000 mark now. And you may laugh and scoff, but it was 30,000 2 weeks ago.
And that's exactly right.
37,000.
37.
That many?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
it
was
was a
something
lot.
like that. So, yeah, just, pull
Moving
back on that little scoff a little bit.
The right direction.
Correct I am.
Unfortunately, the next highest scorer was Calvinator. So this is when you know you've had a bad week if Calvin's beating you.
I just wanted one more tackle to get to 2,100.
That is cruel, isn't it?
ever?
That's the
Yeah.
game at its finest, doing things like that
That's
to
the
you.
game being perfect.
So just inside 9,000 for me at the moment. And moving up, though. That's the thing.
As if Jack Steele didn't have one tackle in the first 20 minutes to get you there.
Exactly.
Surely.
Easy
The
would
ball
have
was
had it.
pinging around over his head.
Check
That's
it.
the problem.
And, Dog, you're in the green vest.
I wish I had another 13 tackles so I could have got 2,100. Yes, green vest for me with a 2048.
Oh, gross.
However, I moved up. We all moved up. But I'm surprised. I thought I had quite a bad weekend, but it is across the board that people were there. I went at 500 spots with a 2048. So I'll take that.
Oh, yeah, of
I
course.
have to. I don't have any choice
No,
in
you
it.
can't reverse it,
No.
Dog.
I will take that. Anyway.
You did some interesting trading, actually, to get
Oh,
there.
would you like to talk about that?
I would, because, it's just not War Dog like.
No, we were talking about that on our other podcast that we run.
I'll take it back to round 1.
Right.
That's the problem, where I lost both Miller and McInerney.
Yeah,
the
we were
first
all there,
week.
mate.
Yeah, we did
And
that.
I had someone else out, so
No,
had
we were all there,
3
mate.
trades
What'd
or
you
whatever.
do?
Had to hold McInerney.
Didn't
and
have
then,
to.
Well, I did,
Okay.
because otherwise I wouldn't get X-Airy.
Oh, right. Yep.
So that's a good
God,
thing.
didn't he start with X?
What about that video
Didn't
of
he listen to that
X-Airy?
podcast?
Yes. What about when X-Airy was telling those guys how he actually say so?
believe
Even he got it wrong. What an idiot.
No, I wasn't on that one trades anyway.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Bowie, he's going to be good.
Who's he play for? God.
Don't you start. I've got something for you later on.
Here it is! That's what you did, Ginny. You stuck it right up them.
Who wants to go first? Cow?
I just want to revisit that.
What?
Yeah.
Chasing. That's what he would accuse someone else.
Chasing? Yeah.
You chased. You got
Chased
what
to
you deserved.
break even. What? You got
You-
78.
you
That's
chased
more
his
than
points.
half of my bloody players in my side anyway.
He chased that 130.
He's probably in line for this +3. I might change that now.
Cal, we've got a reputation uphold, mate. Can't be doing stupid trades like
Don't
that.
you talk about reputation.
I'll
bring
show you
in?
a reputation. I bought in this week for my +3.
You bought in.
What do you mean you bought him in?
Paddy Cripps.
You bought him in.
Bought him in.
Oh,
Did you
That's
say-
round 3. That's round 3. Why did you start with him?
Got
I
him in.
thought we were all on Team Cripper.
No. So for me, he's averaging 138. What's he averaging for you, Roy? Exactly.
Oh, dear.
Yes.
Probably 113 or so.
Something like that, yeah. It's pretty
No, I
big.
don't know.
You
Gee whiz.
only picked him up this week, Cal.
Got him this week.
Why? Why didn't you start with him?
What would he be averaging? 120
Because-
probably.
I always had faith that he'd be good. But,
Did you?
Yeah, I did. But
How much
I didn't
faith?
know he was going to be this good, though. That's ridiculous.
How much faith? What did you think he could have averaged? At the
I think
start?
I said low hundreds.
Low hundreds, did you?
Like, he can't average under 90 this year going forward in my eyes.
Yeah, I feel like he's 100 plus.
I think he could be under 90 again.
Calvin! Is that me? Yes, that was in the preseason.
Under 90,
Looking
Cal.
at Carlton. You thought Cripper was going under 90.
Okay, and this is what pre-season is. Number one, okay, this is my problem. Pre-season's too
No
long.
problem. How long are we got?
It is.
Pre-season's too long. For
Yeah.
old Cow, I run out of juice. That was Carlton, was it?
Yeah.
Right. The other thing is though, you've got to realise, when you've made a mistake.
Yeah, that's
and you've
true.
got to. You can't be stubborn. You've
No.
got to take a deep breath and go, okay, stuff that one up.
Should listen to the boys.
Should have listened to the boys.
Yep.
Sorry, fellas.
That's all right.
I'll cook tea tonight. You know, that sort of
that
approach.
thing. No, I reckon this week is still, it's a stretch, but this is still one more week of patching up mistakes if you really need to, I reckon. So you realised that last week.
I did.
And you did it.
And I did.
And you got rewarded for it too.
I did. So I actually got out Rowell for him.
Oh, that was kind of gutsy too.
Yeah, it was.
Just off one bad game.
One bad game, but...
It wasn't a bad call. Even
No,
in
that's
hindsight.
okay.
No,
Scored okay this week as well.
and it's for an Uber premium.
he had 8 tackles in the first quarter, Rowell.
Did he really?
Yeah, he had 13 for the game. If he didn't tackle, he would have had 30 points.
Yeah, he's not looking...
So, anyway, he's
no
still
must
all right.
have.
No, that's
That's a great trade.
It's interesting. I was so hoping because I know that in your mix was that you were getting Took. You thought, I'll just pay right up. I've got the money.
Oh, yeah.
You had the money to do it.
But it would have been, and it would have been Max to Preuss,
Yep.
which only would have got me like a handful of points.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it would have been way worse
Yeah.
off.
Yeah. Oh, well, Cripper. Great pick.
Yeah, thanks. It's good to be on board.
Yeah,
for
proud
the
of you.
first time today.
All right. Look, in that little clip there, that was me through the bullying of you two being conservative, Roy.
Okay.
Because I was trying not to just sell everyone. I said a safe basement average.
Can't believe I
Cripper.
said only over 100.
I know.
I should have said over 110.
110. Now, someone else I would have talked about in that podcast, Super Huey.
Oh, yeah.
Roy, you talked about 42 listed players.
No, look, I wore the criticism last year with Zach Williams, who's averaging over 100 in his last 2 for the record. But I wore that criticism, but I still backed up the confidence with Hewitt.
Oh, yeah.
Couldn't have sold him anymore. Still copped heat from people. Handball happy. Didn't tackle in the preseason. How'd you like his 9 tackles on the weekend? And his 14 kicks.
Yep.
And his 118 points. Look, when I'm right, I'm right.
You're right.
And I like to remind people I'm right.
Yes.
Jaden Short is mine. After
Yeah.
that first week where we thought that was really bad because it was the second game of the round.
Stayed strong.
It wasn't too bad in the end because a lot of others sucked in that first week. And 118.
Yep.
So
Yep.
tick, tick, tick. That was nice.
good.
Especially, I think, in the back line, you want those guys there because they keep, like, the premiums.
Yeah.
If you went a little bit short on... short on some
See,
guys
that's
there,
what he brings.
Yeah,
That's
just comedy.
great, dog. Great to have
Comedy.
you back.
you need him. Cow, you've got him?
I've got Shorty, mate.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Excellent. That's important.
It was the most disgraceful display I've ever seen.
Because it's just not acceptable.
I've thrown me pen.
I don't blame you.
Jack Macrae, I've thrown my bloody pen and I should have thrown it at him, Roy.
Yeah.
Sitting on a wing.
Yep.
Head little sooky
Yep.
tilt.
Yep. He got his gaff on.
65
Out on the winger.
degrees.
Yep.
65 degrees.
It
I
was
measured it.
nearly falling off. So in the last quarter, he was out of the CBAs.
Yeah.
On a wing.
Yeah.
I think he attended 1 or 2 CBAs. So when you're on the wing, though, you're still playing.
You don't have to
You
give
can
up.
still get the ball.
Yeah, you can go get it, and he's just sort of jogging around.
Like, we celebrate when some players have been moved to wing. We're like, oh, he's on the wing now, +6 City. Not with him. He's not afraid to let the whole stadium know that he's not happy about it.
And he wasn't happy.
But Bevo's the kind of guy, I think, that you can't force his hand with that sort of behaviour.
No.
He'll make you keep doing it till you erect your head
Yep.
and put a smile on your dial.
He had, I think, like 1 point or something in the last quarter. One
It's not
point
good.
Yeah, I
in
was
the last
bad.
quarter.
I think he gave away a free kick then, yeah.
It was disgusting. They nearly lost the game.
Mm.
He will be pulled into the coach's office. Look at this. In front of all of his teammates. They'll laugh at him.
Yeah.
And he'll have to do a public apology.
Yeah.
And he'll have to do one to me too,
Tell you
dog.
what, if he's sulking like that again, he'll get pulled off.
Yes.
Why should he get rewarded? Now, Control C, Control V. For that one, I'm going to go
yeah.
Macrae as mine as well. Roy, where's yours going?
Be the butter's mouse. Don't just drown in the cream.
He did get poleaxed by
yeah,
SPP.
I know, but he stayed on the ground, didn't he?
Yes.
That's,
So-
that's the game, though, isn't it?
You got it.
Yeah,
like
he could be-
59.
Yeah, it's not good.
Just because he's a popular pick doesn't mean you can get out of the -3.
So that's where I was okay with it because I'm thinking, surely everyone's got him.
Yeah.
And
No, I'm not okay with it.
didn't ruin my
He
weekend.
was awesome the week before, and that wasn't good. They weren't good.
No.
Could have been like Lockie Neal when he got hurt early.
Kissed.
Oh,
Massively
He
kissed.
wasn't he ever. Had him captain. Should have been injured on 20.
Yeah.
You imagine the meltdown.
Oh, gosh. There'd be no...
He wouldn't be here today.
There'd be no funny little clips of previous podcasts.
There'd be rule changes. There'd be rule changes in place, I reckon, to this
There would
game.
be.
I'd
There
be
would.
trying to find a way to loop-de-doop the game.
You would find it.
I would. All right, let's get back to this. Oh, Cal, you're out.
It's time for breaking news with Warnie.
Where's Warnie? I don't mind him taking over. This is a horrible job.
Oh,
especially
well.
when you get to Magoo's.
Especially when you can't read.
I can't read. I told
Far
you.
out.
I couldn't help him out with that. either.
As soon as a word got too long, you'd skip it. I'm going, that's like a key part of the information, Calvin. My gosh.
I thought you did well, Cal.
Jordan got a week though.
Who?
Jordan DeGoey.
Jordan to go. He copped a week from the MRO, as well as Big O, Oscar McInerney.
Yeah.
So that is big because, Darcy Fort has been important for their side, but he'll have to shoulder the
very
rucking,
important, yeah.
rucking responsibility.
Yeah.
It's a shame
It's a
one of our
shame.
players aren't playing against them.
It's
though,
only
this week.
Geelong.
So, Geelong.
Yeah.
Any
Reece Stanley. Go
Reece Stanley
Reece.
in draft, and that's if you really punted your rucks down
Reece still playing.
He is.
Unbelievable. Sam.
And as the ruck.
Unbelievable.
Speaking of rucks and MRO, Tim Speaking English was let off by the MRO. No case to answer for.
Right. Challenge.
speaker.
Challenge.
Big speaker.
He was.
He's that up and about. He's not happy to. He's happy to throw his weight around a
Yep.
bit.
It was
He's
a big
dominating. It was a big hit.
Yep.
He's lucky he didn't knock him out. Then he would have been in deep strife.
Good bump though.
Rightio, Lockie Neal, ankle, we talked about before. No further news about that, apart
No.
from, I guess, the fact that he is just,
Did you hear Fates
Warner.
at halftime?
No.
They want to pull him off as well.
No. The week before maybe, but he was he was just adamant that no, it's a slight ankle roll. You get back out there and you play out the game.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He
good.
wasn't like the big Sinders Moses panic. Someone's tweaked an ankle. You'll be in for scans. And Moses, he was like, Gnosis.
And they won by over 100 points.
Oh, and that was the
He
issue.
didn't have to be
No.
out there.
And
far out.
Lockie did the most of his work in
Yes.
that last quarter. It was
think
more
40-odd point last quarter.
So the tag left him. It wasn't anything to do with the ankle. He was a bit sulky with the tag.
And that was
Another one.
Kanye Turner.
Kanye.
Calvin, why don't you predict these things? Why
Well,
don't
I
you-
have this week, dog.
Have you?
Yeah.
Who's your number one captain option? Bloody
Hey.
Wietering or
hey,
something.
hey. Whoa,
in the
whoa,
back
whoa.
line, 'cause
You
he
wait
won't
till
be tagged.
Thursday night, mate.
Wiedering was good.
Oh, jeez. 43 players now from that Carlton list that we've talked about. Sam Skinner, he won't be a captain option because he could be out. He was subbed off with a bit of an ankle. A lot of people did jump on him as the 190k defender forward.
Could be a captain option if you want to loop him, but he plays on Thursday night.
Oh, come
Cal,
on.
you're on top of that. I was
He's not
waiting.
even...
Bit of luck with something like that.
it's
This
not
goes,
even
Cal.
working, is it?
No.
Jack Scrimshaw, he was subbed out. Shoulder. Pitnet.
Pitto.
Roy.
Big Pit.
Thought Carlton in trouble there at the end of the game with Pitnet getting subbed out. Tactically had a back issue.
You're not allowed to say that, dog.
Worldwide.
Yep.
Yep.
Back is back
Does
issue.
what he wants.
Higgins out with concussions early in that game, so he'll miss this week, as will Darcy Tucker. Now, that didn't look very good, and Tucker is fantasy relevant with his defender status, especially in draft, but a few people looking at him for classic.
I've heard, I've read his name flicking across the socials, yes.
Tim Kelly missed that game with a hammy, so he was out with COVID, played, then missed with a hammy, and he'll miss a couple now.
God.
So
COVID-related
Eagles-
hamstring.
Possibly. Good thing Calvin brought in his
It is.
gun.
I saw you
Bloody
get that
got
gun
my-
into your hammy.
Yeah, the old massage gun.
Those things are
They're amazing.
delicious.
They are.
Now, Sean Darcy, so he missed and he'll be back this
Will he?
week. So, but Sarong, who was also out, that was just a nice excuse for people to get rid of him.
100%
if you had
it
to,
was.
because
Kissed.
of what he'd done. So he's probably may not be back this week either. Tom Hickey, we heard he copped a knee knock. He was subbed out of the game as well. Now, Longmire said that he will be out and that Laddams will come in, who I was surprised he didn't come in last week, but it was the Amati party that did.
And
Amati
didn't he turn it on?
didn't have a great party.
Bad party.
A bad party.
Yeah, so that's what that is. A couple of Magoo's news, Cal.
So here we go. It's what
James Sittis. Now, he was an SSP. He had 118. So you wouldn't have pronounced
How would
that.
you have gone with that one?
Sit-arse.
Yes, I thought so.
25 disposals, 9 tackles, 118. 9 tackles. That might be what Gold Coast want and need.
Yep.
They had
Possibly.
Matt
Rowell.
Rowell doing a fair bit of that. But, so Charlie Constable had 115 in the VFL as well. So in that game, it was against Sydney, and Matt Roberts, another little rookie to watch. He had a great game with 31 disposals and 100 points. Cooper Stevens could be a 190k midfielder coming through at some point for the Cats. 96 he had. They played against the Pies, and their draftee, Ash Johnson, kicked 4 goals and had 130 points.
The boys are playing some footy.
Bombers might need someone that wants to play the game or touch the ball. Does he get his chance? They talked him up as a possible chance there, Ben Hobbs,
Yeah, they
last
stink.
week.
They're putrid.
None and 3. They'll be 3-3 after round 6. They'll win the next 3. They'll win the next 3.
Warnie, stop.
What an idiot.
They'll win the next 3. Wonder if there could be a mid-season trade for Paddy Dow.
Yeah, you can have
109.
him. You can have him.
Yeah.
Where does Paddy Dow now
Just
sit
think
in
about
the
this.
pecking order, Roy?
12 months ago, we were reading Paddy's CBAs. Yeah, 10 for his 40 points. He used to get in the midfield for Carlton. How far off a midfield... When will his next CBA be at AFL level, and what club will it be for?
Essendon.
Yeah, next year.
Settle down.
Hi guys, Sarah Ollie here from the AFL Exchange podcast. You can grab this show every Monday night with myself, Riley Beveridge and Cal Toomey. Plus catch the brand new Fresh Drop on Thursday mornings with Exchange Extra. We are delving into all the things that matter in the footy world, so join us as we get to the bottom of the issues the fans want answered on-field and off-field. The serious and also the not-so-serious stuff. That's AFL Exchange. Find us wherever you listen to your podcasts and subscribe so you never miss an episode.
Alrighty, let's look at the issues of this week. And the big name, and one of the biggest men in the competition, 206 centimetres he is, Braydon Preuss. Right. He played his first game of the season. First game for the Giants. We've been waiting for a bloody long time for him. He's been everywhere on our radar all the time.
Yep.
We didn't start with him because he was suspended round 1.
Yep.
Possibly would have because his preseason game was epic.
Yep. Remember how good our preseason teams looked?
Yep.
When it had Big Juicy?
Yep. I know. I love that.
Juicy Preuss.
This needs to catch on. Juicy is the greatest
Juicy.
nickname for Preussy.
That's what I think. It's worldwide areas. It is. I need a T-shirt.
All right,
Juicy.
so Preuss is the most popular player traded in right now, and with good reason.
Good reason,
Rightfully
right?
so.
Yeah, for sure.
So,
There's multiple ways to do
right,
it.
Yes.
let's think about it.
Okay, number one, you could have gone last week.
Yeah.
Yep.
You could have gone early.
Would have been smart to do.
Would have been
Yep.
smart. You would have
Smart.
pocketed a lot of coin. You can still go Max or Grundy down
Right.
to him.
Let's start with that option.
Can I just say one
Okay.
thing first before
Okay.
you continue? As we sat here last Monday, all our trades were
Yes, they
that
did.
smart one
yes, to Juicy.
to Juicy.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Okay.
play on.
Right, all right. I might even start before we talk about Max. If you've got any ruck that's not Max or Brodie, just because they were what we call our number 1 and 2,
Yeah.
you would go there.
100%.
Yep.
You would go from
Imagine Ryan
Wins, O'Brien, Marshall.
Yep.
You'd go from any of those guys there.
If you're rocking Tim English, do that too.
Oh,
if you
no.
went-
Well, then that's
Oh,
the thing. If you've
damn
got
it.
Tim English,
Yeah.
that's a flick forward if you want to,
It
and then
is.
get Preuss in via a failed player in another position.
The ideal ruck combo at the moment would be English and Preuss.
Yeah.
You would be swagging.
You would be.
So they're the things. I think you can do that. Then it comes to, are you willing to get rid of one of your set and forget?
Yep. Can't
forget.
Okay, let's talk about Grundy.
Right.
Has not turned up this year.
No.
Listen
Yeah,
to that
he
again.
didn't.
No. Has not turned up this year. Pretty sure he hasn't.
No, he hasn't.
No, he hasn't.
So he
Oh,
got
trust
close
me.
on the weekend with a 99.
Dog,
Trust you,
trust
cow.
me, mate. I run a podcast.
Do you know how many marks he took on the weekend?
I do, but tell everybody.
0.
0. The only Collingwood player not to take a mark.
That's not okay.
And you're a pig.
You are.
You're supposed
You're
to
the
be a
ruck
pig.
Grundy hasn't had 100 this year.
Thank you.
What's his best? 99?
Fact check.
99 last
Yeah,
week.
weekend.
He's
Okay.
coming off his best game of the season, Cal. Why are
He
you
is.
getting rid of
He
him?
worked hard. I liked
Yeah.
that he wanted it. Is the game plan hurting him?
Potentially.
Why isn't he getting a mark?
Then we
He
look at...
got Max's saucepan hands.
The Will Smith. The Will Smith of the AFL. They kick it to him. He thinks it's Chris Rock's head. Bang! One hand. One hand.
Why do they both go up with one hand trying to mark it or
It is
running under the ball?
I don't know. It's like, when actors get in a role and they say it comes out in their personality. He thinks he's rucking all the time.
Yeah, yeah.
With one hand.
Yeah.
If they kick it to you, use two.
So,
Max, this is a problem I've got with him at the moment. You're watching it.
I am watching.
I'm watching it.
Yes.
Like you said, why is he going up with one hand?
Yeah. I don't know.
He's not plucking anything with two, let alone one. Anyway, I don't know. I'd be happy for either of those to go at the moment.
So we got Grundy, who hasn't hit a ton. Mm-hmm. We've then got Max, who is probably not even the best ruck in his team. Hang on. So last week he was at 71% of the CBAs.
Yeah.
Okay. And in round 2, so 2 weeks ago, he was at 62%. So he actually rucked more last week than he has been.
Which, if I was the coach, this is probably out of my area.
No way.
Well,
Don't
I
let
am
that stop you, Roy.
Well, personally, I am all over it. I think I would have. Yeah, anyway, I would have taken him out of the ruck. I'm thankful that he didn't get removed. But in that last quarter, I don't know if either of you two were watching how far his feet were getting off the ground, but he was getting owned.
Yeah.
And that's by a person. He was getting owned by someone who had one kick, one handball, one mark for the game. Like, he got owned.
Who was that?
Draper.
Yes.
Oh, Drake.
And what did he score, fantasy-wise?
28.
Oh, wow.
Do you know I beat Roy in draft by 3 points and he had Draper?
That's not even funny, is it?
That's a Will Smith.
But
Not fair.
no, that is a.
It's getting close.
Now the thing is,
whoa.
the thing is, the issue was he was getting beaten. It looked by two unrecognisable ruckmen in the opposition, but he scored his 100. So I don't know. Are you all in on his back? You're far from, aren't you?
Yeah, far from.
Yeah. There was no due.
He took 5 marks.
Yeah, and that's okay.
Yeah, 17 hit-outs. You know what I mean?
That's 15 short.
Phillips had 16. Who the hell's Phillips?
He was jumping over Max.
Ex-Blue reject.
Definitely. So look who lapped him up. Bombers. We'll take that.
Okay, so...
Right. Okay, so let's make a decision. Who would you be trading out of Gawn and Grundy?
Do you know
now,
what?
Roy, you've made a decision.
Yeah, I have. And I couldn't split them, right? But I've got my eyes on someone in the back line, and if I trade Max out, I can't get to him. If I trade Grundy out, I can get to him.
Okay.
So
is it a
that's
coin toss? The coin toss?
Yes, it is.
Call
It's
that?
a toiner. Yeah.
I don't think you could... Well, one of them can easily go. That's not a problem.
No.
Okay, because... So I'm
Easily
torn.
go. That's...
Well...
it's where I don't agree with you.
So, for example, I will then fix up Paddy McCartan, who is in my back line, and turn into a premium. That is a no-brainer. You cannot...
This is all
Which
to
is
get
what we
McCartan
can-
off the ground for me as well.
Yeah.
This is what we can do in these earlier rounds, is shuffle your premium.
Well, it's like a little restructure in a way.
So you're saying you're going to end up with going, basically, Preuss versus McCartan,
Pretty much.
isn't it?
Yep.
So it's just a restructure
But
of rookie price
I'm
players.
also bringing a premium in the back line that can actually score a ton compared to what Max and Grundy are doing.
which is anywhere between your 70s and your 100.
Yeah.
Base 100.
Whereas if a defender was doing that, you'd be like, hell no, not happening. Like, we're angry at a guy like Whitfield who's slowly getting going, but I just think that it's an easy move that's looking us right in the face. And the fact that Preuss only needs to be here for 2 weeks, right? No. Because then if he loses his spot in the team, then we're going to have X-Airy that we can see.
It can be a 1 week.
Yes, if need be.
Preuss
Now,
needs a rest.
This is the issue that I've got, is that is Preuss A going to play all the games that you need him to while he's making coin to sit him at your R2 doing that? That's one, because he might get a rest. Flynnberger might come in and play with him.
Oh, 100%.
Mumford might get relisted at some point again,
100%.
which they try to pull off a April Fool's joke on that one as well.
Got him.
They got me.
I thought he was already on the list.
I was trading him in.
So that's they're the concerns, I guess, that
of
you've
course.
got with that.
Yeah.
But as you said, Tristan Cherry, ex-Airy,
Thank you.
should pick up his ruck status ahead of round 6, so you only need to get through round 4 and 5 the next 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
That's 2.
Then you've got that covered, because I think that Hayes, who's the other part of this conversation as well, probably won't be there after this week. So at least you have that sort of flexibility with what you've got.
Okay, so
And
Roy and I
security.
are looking to cut one of the big boys to bring in Preuss to fix up a spot on our
We
ground.
just can't keep watching Paddy back there.
No, what are you going to do?
So I'm looking actually at the Hayes out off the bench and just having Preuss on the bench. Now, it's a lot of coin for your bench.
400 on the bench.
But he's going to make a lot of coin. He's basically a must-have, Preuss.
I agree.
For what he's going to earn in coin. And
Surely
that's
you
the
want to
thing.
swing a move to get Bowie off your ground.
No, Bowie's awesome.
Settle down.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I just think that's a lot of money on your pine.
But I think it's still a play.
It's a cash cow. He's a cash cow.
He's a cash cow.
And do you know what I like for us is that I think getting him back to one of those other two, if need be, later in the year, it's not going to be much of a
It's going to be a
jump
lot
in
easier.
price.
You're going to hope that whoever you're trading out continues on a sub-100 little way, so then it might only be a couple of $100,000 in a few weeks' time.
Definitely.
So, the only other things thinking that, and this is very glass half empty thinking,
Yes.
which is probably the sicko warn dog thinking like this a bit.
Yeah, we're used
But
to it.
it is... He's the best cover that you're going to have for a ruck. If a ruck is out for a week with...
Okay.
That's grasping at straws.
With
Dog.
COVID, with...
If one of two players is
a weak
out,
injury.
come on, man.
A weak
It's not
injury
a
or something
midfield
like
spot.
that.
There's
But-
only two of them.
and you've only got 2 weeks to look after that.
Yeah.
Fill that glass up, mate.
Do you feel, and this is where I feel that our rankings cop a little bit of a hit and
Yeah.
our scores, because I think sometimes we play it too safe. Got to risk it to get the biscuit, dog.
This
You
is
got
a-
Big Juicy looking at you right in the face.
Like the thing is, I am a fan of what Dog's doing.
Yes.
I'm giving him crap. But,
Yeah, same, but I
last
agree.
week, I was very close to pulling that Hayes to.
Yeah.
I was hoping Hayes would
It's
get
cheaper
dropped.
this week, actually.
It is, yeah.
It's cheaper to
Isn't
do it,
isn't that
yeah.
funny? But yeah, I was looking at that, and I was very comfortable.
Yeah.
Doing it because then you're also in a position where if one of those two actually, maybe 1 or 2 weeks, really stink it up,
Yeah.
you can flick them and just put Big Juicy there.
Because the other thing
As
is,
a
though,
starting ruck.
what's stopping Max Gawn other than his Will Smith plate hands from scoring a 120, 130
And
this
that's
week?
it. I think...
Agree.
Like
For
it's an
both
easy
of them-
fix. You just say, Max, use both hands when you go for a mark.
Yeah,
For both
double
of them,
played it.
Yeah.
It's a form thing for both of the big boys, and that's why I want to keep backing them.
Yeah.
Like, I think they'll get there.
Okay.
The game will slow down. Ruckman
Yeah.
will be back to being Ruckman again.
Okay.
That's how I feel about it.
All right. But that means Preussie's going to score 130.
It's true.
The thing is, Dog, are you not concerned at all that, well, we know the Jackson situation, but there's a new coach at Collingwood. He took no marks. Is it any reflection of game style tweaking?
Maybe. I'm not that deep. You've got your kingy on. You're getting your brain all...
I do sometimes.
The thing is with Grundy,
When I really start thinking about the game deeply.
Grundy had a game high 8 tackles.
That's all right then.
Of course.
Part of the new plan.
Is it really?
Yes.
Tackles are worth more than marks.
They are.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm very familiar with the scoring system of the game.
Do you? A nice simple scoring system, Cal.
Oh, don't get me
You're
started.
smooth.
Unless you
brain.
decide to kick it or handball it once you've got it. But anyway.
Jeez. Anyway,
All right.
What are we doing?
well,
They're all viable options.
They are.
Is there an option that you don't pick him?
Gasp.
no, I don't think so.
He's the best cash cow in the game at the moment.
Yeah.
Yep.
So Hayes, we don't think is going to play.
Nah.
If he plays this week, I'll be surprised.
Even if he does.
And even if he does, I think it's still a
we
flick
can
that
do
you can
it.
do.
Yeah,
Yep.
I agree. He's a ticking time bomb.
What is it? 40 odd K or something between them. Is that right?
You are
44. Have I got my John Nash on?
How's he
trying to find it. Where's that written? Oh, there it is. Yeah, it's about... So Jack Hayes is actually the same price as what Preuss was when he started.
Right.
At that 367. Yeah.
There you
So
go.
it is not much at all.
It's
it is
not.
not,
So how
much
much
at all.
did Preussy go up?
So Preussy...
Saves us doing any maths.
Right,
Thankfully.
Preussy went up 36. So
Right.
he's up to 411.
Okay.
That's
There you
36.
go.
Is it?
No. He went up 44.
No, she was right.
You're smooth,
No, she was right.
You're smooth.
It's because Hazy...
Smooth.
I was
Cerebral
reading
cortex.
projected price change, not the actual price change. Anyway.
Know your product, Calvin.
Well, I thought I did. Right.
No wonder our captain sucked.
All right. So, someone did actually tweet. Can we just talk about Preuss for an hour, which we've probably gone a fair chunk to. So, he is the most popular player traded in at the moment. We'll go through the list. Nathan O'Driscoll, who scored a 60, wasn't looking that great at half time, but he got his mojo on the wing and hopefully stays in the side. He has a defender midfield status. And
Good trade by you, Dog. Did you know Dog got him?
No, I didn't know.
Secret. He's back to secret trader.
Sneaky dog.
It's okay. He's the next. Tim English, people are bringing in, and it's either into the ruck or you can get him as a forward, of course, because he's got the ruck forward status. He feels like a must-have.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Like, that's what you want them looking like.
Yeah, this is what we thought he could have done a couple of years ago.
Yeah, definitely.
My keeper league is good for it, but...
Like, just wanting the ball. And having a guy that they're happy to... Like, he runs back to the back 50 and they don't hesitate to kick him, whereas others seem to overlook them for the uncontested, easy little mark at the moment. So, I don't know. He's amazing. He's great.
Doherty's there next on the list at number 4. Tick, top 6.
Massive tick.
Easy.
Patrick Cripps, Cow.
Yeah, get him
Too
in.
late to get him, is it?
It's definitely not too late.
No, it's not.
You can still go now.
So he's now ticked over to $810,000. We got him at 82 at the start of the season.
I know. It's a bargain. That's why we said to do it on that podcast.
Yeah.
Think he's going under 90.
Far out. I don't even think I said that.
Tom Green, who is still very cheap at $745, considering he's going at 116.
He's looking really
He
good.
just
Isn't he
looks
ever?
so good,
He
doesn't
does.
he?
Yep.
There's your breakout player.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
So he's popular
So
there.
you could still get him.
Yeah, of course you can.
Jake Bowie, people are getting on.
Why are
board here.
people doing that?
Because he's got a low break-even count.
Hype
That's
player.
why I've got him.
Hype player.
He's
Scored
going to
well
make
last
me
week.
coin. He's going to be fine. Huey,
Not. Please don't trade him in, people.
Nick Blakey is the next one on the list. Interesting one there.
Dog likes him too.
He does.
We'll talk about him in a little bit. Reef McInnes, Roy, he was pretty good on debut with a nice 59.
Look, you'd think he's going to hang around a couple of weeks. I thought he offered a bit to the team.
And Nick Martin, still 1,000 people are picking him up this week. Is it too late? $348 you're paying for him.
Oh, dear.
No, I don't think so.
No, he's
don't
still
think
got
so?
that
No,
low break even.
He's still low break even. He's going
Well,
up.
negative 31, very low.
He's going up 50, 60K
So,
every week.
What I like most about
Jeez, he's
him,
gone up a lot.
Yes.
yeah, he's taken 10 marks, then
77K
8
went up
marks.
this week.
10 marks, then 8 marks, I think
Yeah.
it was.
He's a good player.
He is a good player.
And our mate Steenie, Jake Stein.
Yeah.
Steen. He is a popular player being traded in after his 56. He started basement price.
That's what he does.
Steiny was good.
Yeah.
There is an argument to bring him in.
Well, there's
this
not many
week.
defenders that are working for
No.
us. The back line.
100%.
Doing better than Paddy McCartan. Might downgrade Paddy McCartan, play him at D6.
There you go.
Paddy did start with -6 though.
Oh,
It's hard to recover.
Isn't
it
it
is
ever?
impossible to recover.
Yep. So he did well.
Well, most traded out. Jack Hayes is the most popular out, so that would, for a lot of people, be the switch over to
Preuss,
Preuss.
yep.
McCartan is the second most, with 2,000 coaches doing that. Josh Rachele. Now, he's got 2,000 coaches at number 3 on the list being traded out. Break-even is now 27.
Okay. People are choosing whether they have him on the ground or not now.
Yep.
Like, it's a sort of flip of a coin decision. And most of us, I think all of us last week, actually sat him on the pine.
We benched him. Yeah.
So when you look there and you see that money, you're like, oh, that could be a lot better than that, and I could use that money somewhere else. That's why people are getting rid of him.
Look, yeah.
And that's okay.
I agree.
Got to remember, he's a forward. He's a forward.
The thing is, at the moment, Dog, I feel like this week is my last week of just getting all my green dots and structure where I'm happy with.
In place.
And then next week, even if it means doing it a bit early, then
launch.
I might start culling.
Yep.
If I can get a downgrade, upgrade
Yep.
to someone good and a rookie off my ground, next week I would do that.
Yep.
Well, number 4 on the list is Gibcus, and I think you can do that.
I'd be happy doing that this
Yeah,
week.
that can go.
Yeah.
So he scored 38. He's averaging 37.
Yeah.
He's gone up not very much at all. So you might as well do
Yeah,
that.
because he's got a bit of money on his head, doesn't he? Because he was expensive.
Yeah, yep. So
Does he hit 300?
286.
Oh, well, yeah, still, you could do it.
So he's gone up $12,000 for the season.
Yeah, just overpaid at the start, really.
Yep. Rowan Marshall, tick. if that's going to Preuss.
100%.
Yep.
Yep. See ya. That's an easy one.
That's
And
an easy one.
obviously
Tell you
we've got
head
Ryder in
wobble
as
round
well.
1.
Yeah.
Head rolling by round 2, and
Yep.
then salt in the wound round 3.
Yep.
Then Max, then Witts, then Draper, then Grundy. That's where
Is
we
it really?
go. Yeah, so it's all about moving those rucks. So
It is.
Grundy and Max. Oh, well, Max is 1.6K trading out, and Grundy is 964 as we record this podcast.
It's interesting.
It's a viable play. It fixes. Do you know what? If my backline sat a little bit better rounded than having Paddy there, I wouldn't be hustling like I am to fix that.
Okay.
I just got so much more faith in my little midfield dudes getting 60 and my forward dudes getting 60.
So here's a question for you. If we were starting again, if we were starting the season today, how would your ruck structure look? Preuss is there, isn't he?
Well, he missed round 1 and then missed round 2.
Like starting today.
Oh.
Would he be in your team if you were picking a team right now?
Without a doubt.
Okay, so then why don't we just do it? Why don't we
Because it's
cut one of those boys?
The cost of a trade
Yes.
and the fact that we do sort of have some faith that there'll be R1 and R2 in the last 10 rounds, do we?
Yeah.
Will they be the best 2 in those rounds?
So the
Surely.
game slows down, it becomes their game.
What happens with English then? Sorry, I'm jumping
I think
around
he could
here,
be. But then again,
They
if
talk of
he's
him needing
going
a
to
rest.
be, if he's going to be an R1,
Yeah,
he's going to be a certain F within the top 3 or 4.
true. What did Bevo say about him?
Oh, just in-game rests pretty much.
Oh.
But he was saved a bit in a way because of COVID. Because Steph was going to be playing. And then Steph was out for COVID. Not sure if it was close contact or getting it. Not sure. Do you guys know that?
No, I don't know.
He was out anyway. But he was going to be playing. So
Right.
it was a massive bonus.
So I guess-
but have they worked out they maybe don't need Steph? Oh, sweet. He was very good in the VFL if they want him to come in and be his buddy. But, yeah.
I understand. Do we need to see what English looks like when Martin is there?
Yeah,
I think we need to.
we do. You wouldn't want that.
No.
Like, look at Rowan Marshall this week.
Yeah.
That's what that looks like.
Yeah.
Gross.
All right, now it's time for us to look at our early moves. Thanks to our mates at Toyota. Awaken your unbreakable with a Toyota HiLux. Oh, what a feeling.
Oh, look at him going for a job with his Manly.
Let's go, boys.
He'll be on the tools.
What are
after
our
this.
trades looking like? Who wants to go first?
Well, I am doing exactly what I just talked about, and that is Preuss is coming in for Max Gawn.
Right, you're doing it.
And I, therefore, can move Paddy McCartan up to a premium defender. And one of the best I can get to at the moment is Jordan Dawson.
Like
Right.
it.
Okay.
You don't get his points from last week for kicking that winning goal, Cal.
I should have been 20 of them.
Now,
That was
I
good.
am chasing Preuss and Doc.
Right,
And
okay.
the big gun that gets cold at the moment is Grundy.
So you're doing the Grundy one?
I am. And it's Jack Hayes that goes for me. I'll keep Paddy on the bench.
Okay. I like
So
it.
you're trading Grundy over Gawn
Yes.
because of money or
Yes.
because of choice? Right, okay.
I can't reach it with Maxi.
Well, Preuss is coming in for me, but I'm doing the bench move where Hayes goes out. He'll be sitting on my pine, and then I'm getting rid of Skinner, and I'm able to get up to Blakey. Who I like. Couple of 80s, scored a ton. Rowell looks good. I'm a fan.
Who's he even play for?
Come on, Cal. Was
Never heard of
North
this.
Melbourne
Oh,
father?
so you're gonna have-
Swans, Cal.
Bowie and Blake.
Oh, wow.
5 and 6.
Wheels are falling
It's all
off.
about the break-evens. That's what it's all about. That's the name of the game.
Nah.
Wow.
You might as well quit.
All right.
Got a question for the traders? Tweet the boys at AFL Fantasy or head to facebook.com/AFL Fantasy official.
Got a question here from
May as well
Ollie Smith.
quit. Right. Let me read these.
Okay, please do. Ollie Smith's got the first question.
Relatively new to fantasy footy. Oh, this will be a good one for you, Cal. How long should we hold on to our rookies and our cash cows? So we kind of talked about this a little bit on the way. But basically, what's the rule of thumb?
The idea is you want them to max out in price.
Yep.
Okay.
How do you know that, Cal?
Well, you can look at the break-evens.
Right.
So let's look at Rachele. Break-even of?
Was it 17?
17. Let's go. Let's
Was it?
round it off to 20. Okay, let's say he's got a break-even of
It
20.
was a bit more than that, I think.
It was a long time ago,
It was
Cal.
like 20 or 30, I think you said it. So he'll get
He'll
that.
still cover it easy
He will
enough,
cover
yeah.
that this week.
And he's capable of big scores.
But he's not going to cover
27
it.
he
Yeah,
has.
he's not going to cover it by a lot. Like if he gets another 40 like he did, yes, he'll go up in price. but he's not going up a lot. He might only move, 15, 20K.
So as that break even gets bigger and bigger, green light to start.
So I guess it's
if
about
you can get to who you
closer
want.
to what you think they're going to score, and that's kind of part of it, isn't it?
Yes.
So that 27 isn't that far off his 42 that he scored.
No.
And maybe you see him going at 45 for the next few weeks, and so
No, he's better than that.
he is.
He is.
He's not far off though. So he's not far away from culling. So pretty much a break even, that number, once that's getting close to what you think they're going to score, you can go early. As you mentioned before, Roy, you can do that.
Some of the best moves over the years by good players has culled someone early to get, if it means on the flip side of that trade, you're getting that, it's usually an underpriced Uber Premium, because you've got to check that out as well.
Yeah.
That guy that you're targeting, what's his break even? Because if he's about to, go up a huge price rise again, you can go early.
A little bit like the Preuss and Hayes thing.
Yes.
Because Hayes' break-even was so low, even if Preuss tons up, which he did, the gap was still bridged.
Yes. Yeah. Whereas
so
this
if that was a
week-
bench-type move, on-field's different because you're getting the points on-field. But they're the types of things you can think about with that.
You can. Hey, great answer, boys. You
You can check out all the break-evens by getting Fantasy Coach, the subscription there. And
Keep up the good work.
Yeah.
You're doing a great
you
podcast
too, mate.
today.
You too.
Dog, come on, you can do it. You can do a little bit better.
Still rusty, still losing sleep over what happened over the last
Still good
week.
to have you back though, mate.
Isaac, he is asking this question. Should you start upgrading rookies to premiums this week, or are we still making sure rookies are all good?
He actually said primos. You misread that.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just trying to make it so Cow understood. Although
Sorry. Yeah.
Cow with primos probably makes more sense. Because a nice talk like this and V8s. Don't Cow, I'll put in your language.
Should you keep primo in all now? Bit off the rooks.
Right. So, what are we looking at?
I'm looking at a new job.
Right. What's the question?
I don't know.
Do we keep making sure rookies are all good?
Right.
I guess that's part of, if you are getting a premium, you're having to get a rookie on the other side of that, I'm sure, and that could be part of you fixing that up.
Yeah.
Are there any must-have rookies that have just come through? What do we think of those
No,
guys?
but there's a couple of decent ones. Your boy,
O'Driscoll, if he stays
was
in,
great.
hopefully.
Reef was good.
Reef was
quite
excellent.
good.
So they...
What about your McEntee, Cow? He got a 50-odd.
You got a 50
Oh,
odd.
well, that's enough,
Yeah, it's
isn't it?
okay.
And Port Adelaide, they probably want to keep the games into these
You'd like
kids.
to think so.
Mead for speed is still kicking
was-
on.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he did
60
well.
odd.
The only thing that I worry about with Mac is that Dersma was dropped.
Yeah.
And he's been playing poorly. He deserves to be dropped.
Yeah.
But do they, he's highly touted. How long does he get dropped for, especially after a loss?
Agree.
But I don't know who goes out for him. It's interesting, though. But there's a few decent ones. I don't think any of them are must-have material.
That Freo guy, dog, what's his name? What's he?
Erasmus.
Erasmus.
What did you call him before?
Oh, I don't know, something like that.
We're going into outer space. Uranus.
He had 62% CBAs.
Oh, yeah. He's in the team.
That's impressive.
There were a few outs, though, for them.
Yeah,
There's
so
a lot
Mundy
of
should
outs.
be back this week.
Yep.
So
But
who's
Fife's out for quite a while.
And Sarong.
Sarong
was out as
is
well.
not necessarily back this week.
So they
That's
could be.
high CBA.
That's a lot.
They wanted
He's
to
a bit
use
more
him.
expensive, though, isn't he?
He is. Did he get himself to 300k, Cow?
God, how's he going to spell it?
Oh, no, I got him here. I got him. So he's up to 294. 294.
You could still do it.
You could still do it. 294.
Yeah.
And it's not bad to have that little mix of those guys as well, because you can play a little bit of horses for courses with those, like your M8, for example, flicking between your Ward. McDonald too. He's a little
I
sneaky
missed
forward
him.
status too, I reckon.
Yeah,
he might have,
he's been a good pick by you guys. Yep.
Didn't you get him?
No.
No, I didn't get him.
Oh, didn't you?
Didn't you?
No.
Don't do silly things like that.
No.
Get your rookies in order, boys.
Get the lizard, mate.
Get the lizard.
He's kidding
Smart.
himself.
Max wants to know, have all the good rookies, including Preuss. Do you have McDonald? Right, including Preuss. But seem to have a strong forward mid-bench. Is it worth getting rid of Rowell and Rachele this week to bring in Dawson and a 200k rook? Ooh, if that 200k gets you Erasmus, you probably would do that. But Dawson, tick.
Yeah, there's
Cal,
nothing
you're
wrong
bringing
with
him
that.
in.
I am looking to bring him in this week.
And it takes McCartan off field in defence. So that's a nice. That's the key to this.
It literally means 200k though, not
Yeah.
so.
So could it be O'Driscoll?
Yes.
But he's a bit over 200k.
Yeah, I don't think he's getting him.
Yeah, okay.
I think he's like in that
If he's
190
right,
to
tight.
200
Tight
bracket.
like a tight
yeah,
gun.
yeah, that tight.
McEntee's 207. So
You're saying 200k, Cal.
well, he's probably rounded it. He's probably rounded
Possibly.
it. Yeah.
Up or down?
Well, I don't know.
Adam, is it worth jumping off Rowell, and going to Cripps? Welcome to last week, says Calvinator.
Round 3 called, mate.
I
Yes, you
still
can do
have
that.
the other 3 mid-rookies on field, but also have Answorth and McCartan on field. So are they more important to fix, Answorth and McCartan, or going Rowell to Cripps?
Oh, you kind of need Cripper, but
Is it getting too late, though? Like, this is actually a serious question. We're saying...
it's over
you
800
gotta-
now, isn't it?
Yeah. You've got to get him.
You can't go rocking Answorth and McCartan on field, can you? That's hurting
No,
too much.
you can't do that. McCartan's got
I'd
to
like
go.
to get rid of Rowell. Like, it'd be nice
Oh,
to
so
move,
would I.
but it's
He
lower
might be
priority.
he might be your first
Yes.
reward the downgraded rookie.
Yeah.
And,
And
him
take
up.
him up.
Because, I mean, there's a couple of guys we don't need to worry
Jack
about.
Steele at 800k.
People are like,
He won't do that, mate.
Oh, 700 then, sorry.
yeah, fair call. Very fair call. Yeah, so I think I am leaning towards you've got to get one of those out of your back line.
You do.
You can't
Yeah.
recover from 40s. Like,
And McCartan was good for a 40.
yeah,
That's the other thing. He can actually be worse than that.
yeah.
Because Cripper, that'll cost you 250k or something, wouldn't it?
So Cripper's 810.
Yeah.
He went up 60. this week.
Rowell's break even was low. Like,
Yeah.
you'd be surprised.
Oh,
we
and he
forget how
wasn't
cheap he
awful as
was.
well.
No, he got 87 or something.
Yeah.
Like, we've been a bit harsh on him, really.
He's averaging 83 for the year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
Break
been
even's
okay.
48, 557, but yeah, so it's going to cost you 250 to do that move. Is that 250 better spent on Answorth up to someone else?
Because at
Agree.
least Rowell, it was still only 2 weeks ago, he had over 115. So he's okay. Those other boys down back have no scoring potential.
Branko, thoughts on Angus Brayshaw? He looked like the Bray of old down back, thirsty for plus sixes.
Far
he
out he
had
was.
20.
He had
friggin'
20 of
marks.
them.
That's just unbelievable.
Surely a huge DPP chance. Yes, I think that is. So we're probably thinking a bit of draft here. I don't think you can do it in Classic.
Well, can you?
Can you?
20 marks, 150.
Very sustainable, 20 marks in a game by a player.
Break even is 20.
Yeah.
Well, dog, you ride break evens.
Yeah. Lowest score this year is 83.
Okay.
So he's been
He's
okay.
been all right.
83, 86.
How much does he cost?
He's 663.
What'd you pay for
420 for
Bodog?
Bowie.
So-
Settle down.
Very little difference between
Very,
the two.
very little
You're a
difference.
bunch of
20
peanuts.
marks difference.
Double the points, though, for the week.
Yes, you said it.
Yeah. DPP chance, yes. Tick.
Does he really have it, Bowie?
Apparently.
Did
Allegedly.
you not have Cripps?
Dog, that was last week.
So, hang on. I'm just confused here.
So am I.
People will listen to our trades and go, oh, Warnie's not doing that. He's lying again.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
there's not a world where you have
I had McInerney. I
Bowie
had limited
and
options.
Lizard sitting next to each other.
No, but it could happen. It's happening at the moment.
You've told people that you're bringing in the lizard.
to sit next to Bowie.
Imagine them those two having a conversation.
Come on, dog.
How the hell did we get here that say to each other?
They say there's no lingering
They're so happy, the
symptoms of
boys.
COVID.
They would actually look at each other on the same team and just go, what's your name? Lizard. What's yours? David Bowie. Oh, my God.
I just don't believe it.
You're not going to do it.
It's not happening. It's
All
not
right,
happening.
Lex, can you please rank the defender premiums? Bowie? Can you please rank the premium defenders? And how much of a gap is there from Short, Doherty, Lloyd, and Lloyd to a crisp? So,
Yeah,
Short,
okay.
Doherty, Lloyd. Let's go those three. Where are you ranking them?
Okay, so Doc, Short, Lloyd, Crisp for me.
I would agree, yes.
So, Doherty over Short?
I think so, yes.
For me, yeah.
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 Short will be averaging in the hundreds this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is his year.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it is too.
We might have to get a Roland 22 at some point.
Well, don't worry. I've been thinking about it. I have actually penciled a few things down.
Have you?
The notes have started.
Oh, wow. Never knew you did
No,
notes for that
I know.
thing.
I don't usually, but this is a big year.
Okay.
Notes are generally rank by average.
It's not captain's dog.
As if it makes that much sense.
I hope you take into account any tags that these players
I do.
Whoa, yes.
I go very deep. I got a lot of criteria, and you know it.
Does any of it make sense?
To me.
Skippy wants to know. Cal, this one's for you.
Yeah.
Top 5 least taggable premiums to have
tracker.
right now.
Top 5
Least.
taggable premiums.
That could include someone you would never bother tagging.
Jeez, I don't know. That's an interesting one.
Well, hang on, let me just go
if they are
on
gonna,
an average.
If they are going to, because I always
Top
thought...
averaging players.
Yeah.
Brayshaw, taggable.
Taggable.
Yeah.
Bailey Smith won't cop one.
No.
Boak won't cop one.
No.
Cripps.
Will.
But he's got Walsh around him,
I
and
know.
you've got other guys, and Chera.
See, that's a prime example of a time you're going to need to deploy cooler.
A cooler.
Yeah, because you can't clamp Cripper and let those others run riot.
Yep.
Cripper will happily step back and say, oh, well, watch the show.
Yeah.
There. So, taggable, yes. Is it sustainable for the opposition to do it?
See, I thought that a guy like Petrarca was always going to be okay because he is so much... He's 98 kilos.
Yes.
right?
I thought that was a typo.
No, he's a monster.
beast.
He can't be tagged. And then he's got Oliver with him as well. And Oliver's the one that can actually be shut down. So I was always... Petrarca's going to be fine.
No, Oliver's
But no.
safe from the tag.
Yeah.
Too, isn't he? He's a very good player to be
Does
safe
he look
from
like
the tag.
Bowie out on the ground?
Yeah.
Freaks me out.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you how to tell. He gets near the ball.
Who's next? Keys. Was a tagger.
Yeah, he gets it done, though.
Look, there's no questions coming through about Lizard or Bowie.
I'm going through the list of these players that are taggable. Taranto.
sorry. Yeah, but he's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's got others around him.
He's actually playing with someone on him each week because he's still playing on the forward
Yeah,
flank
it's
pretty
yeah.
much.
Play. Jeez, he's bloody made our
Very
project.
good.
We won't get those
No.
podcast
No, but
quotes
we hadn't seen the photo when that.
No, that's right.
He's going at 119.
rig.
Lockie Neal, taggable.
Big
Yeah,
time.
he is, very much.
Big time.
But
It's just
Kent's
whether they
short.
can be bothered doing it the whole game.
Tom Green, pecking order. He's the real deal.
He's
As an-
safe.
Okay,
taggable?
here's the question then. Who do you tag at the Giants?
Well, there you go.
If you're gonna, there's teams that are going to start having a tagger again.
Yeah.
Who do you say, let's stop at the Giants to give us the best chance to
Well,
win?
what they sometimes do, they go to Whitfield coming off.
That's the most likely to
Yeah.
be tagged for them,
Yeah.
but you wouldn't worry about it at
No.
the moment. Who do you tag in the middle for them?
It'd have to
Kelly hardly
just
even
probably
starts in there.
Try to cool some players. That's all you're doing. You're not
guess-
tagging.
No,
Yeah.
so what are you doing? You mispronounced.
Cooling.
Yeah, that's about right. Yeah.
Right. I don't know. Is there a top 5 there? Maybe.
I'll look
Probably
into
not.
it. I'll look into it.
Just look at Calvin's captains and you'll find the most taggable players.
No, because this week...
You're going to have criteria,
There
are you?
are players who will be tagged this week.
It's a great question because Skippy doesn't want to bring in someone that's going to get clamped
Yep.
straight away.
So like Brayshaw this week, not the 20-mark Brayshaw, the other one,
Yeah.
right? So he will be tagged this week by Lockie Ash.
Right.
And at times, Naboo.
Yeah.
Right? So that one is definitely happening.
Yeah, it is. You're
So
right.
he's got a cop it 2 weeks in a row,
He
although
will.
he got out of jail last week.
He's not getting out of jail this week.
Yeah. And I also reckon, Roy, that Took might get a little bit of attention from Super Huey.
Oh, bad luck.
Yeah.
Gosh,
Anyway, just saying.
that's not good.
Emon, is it time to trade Titch? If so, who to? Tom Mitchell.
I hate to say it, but you need to
Has he
jump
gone
off.
over a ton yet?
I don't think he
His
has.
CBAs are down.
He had 87 last week. It is time to
Tom
abort.
Mitchell,
mission.
89, 98, 87.
When was the last time he ever played 3 games in a row without a ton?
No.
Don't know.
Sam
Ask
Mitchell.
Sir Cowthing.
I tell you what, once he starts hitting some form, he's got to be very cheap for us.
100%. He'll come in our team at some stage.
Break even 143.
Yeah.
He's
So if
under
you're-
900.
Now, he could be an option for a trade out. Jack Macrae, some people have talked about too. If you,
Are they?
Yeah, but what's your advice if you are trading someone like them that you picked as a top of their line absolute premium? Is it to go to a value pick or is it just replacing like for like?
The value picks are starting to run out.
Yeah, this
okay.
is your last week of
This
probably
is
doing
so
it.
you guys like Cripper, who is now up to 810, who went up 60 odd K this week.
Look at you swagging about
No,
that.
no,
Like
no.
you've picked a good player.
Hey,
for
I
the
called it
week.
all pre-season.
Like, I'm not a fan of trading Macrae, but that's over $100,000 cash grab
It is.
to Cripps,
Yeah, agree.
who is, like, I hate to say it,
Oh, Roy.
the best player in the competition at the moment.
I think you said that last week, didn't you?
I did.
Well, it came true.
I did.
So what was the question?
Who do you trade him to? Tom Mitchell. Cripps,
If
you
there
don't
is that
have him,
value player of Cripps, this is still your last week I'm allowing you to do a big patch up.
Okay.
So you are allowed to cull someone.
Cripper next week will be over 850.
Will Cripps
And then it's
be
just
in
one
your rolling 22
Yes.
top 8?
Potentially number one.
Well,
I know, dog.
there's an argument.
There is.
There is a lot.
Leanne, looking at the cheaper top averaging players so far, like Treloar, Shuey, Heaney, Angus, Brayshaw, Tom Green, which ones do you think have a good chance to keep the average at a premium level?
So hit me up one by one.
Treloar,
Yes, premium.
yes, for top
Yep.
forward. Shuey,
No.
No.
Heaney,
Yes, top forward.
Angus, if he gets defensive
No.
status. No, I don't think he does.
Okay. Let's just
Let's
not...
put this joke to bed.
No.
What?
Let's not put it to bed.
Really?
Angus,
How many times has he heard us before?
yeah, but he's cheap and he's going to be a defender. Listen,
Stop
in
it.
the finals last year, he got his confidence back. He averaged over 90. That's after, in the lead up to the finals last year, he averaged about 40-something.
Yeah.
He looked a different beast. So that means his last 6 games, he would be averaging over, or well over 90 now. He'd be averaging 100 probably over his last 6 games.
Stop it.
What? Can't do this to people.
I'm not saying to do it, but if he's getting 20 marks
I
back
know.
there, they are obviously going out of their way to give it to him. How long's Salem out?
Yeah. It was a decent amount of time. He was getting surgery.
Okay.
Angus hasn't been...
But Bowie's got those points.
God, I tell you what, I would not have turned up if that was Bowie getting 20 marks this week.
No way.
I would
Wait
have
till he does it this week.
been in bed like the Hugh Hefner back here.
Pretending I couldn't hear.
The other name there was Tom Green. So could Tom Green be a top 8 midfielder?
Look, I don't think I'll put him in the top 8, but I'll have him in the mix.
They don't have to be top. This is
No,
another
no.
little thing. This is something I think some people get a little bit funny about. Will they be a top 6 or a top 8?
Do you know
They
who
don't have to be.
You know who taught us that terminology, dog?
Who?
You, a few years ago.
Oh, did I?
Yes.
Yep.
You wrecked us. That's why we've been out of form, Cal.
Oh.
I try to help.
We also
But they
need
don't have to be. They just have to be within
They
range.
do.
And that's it.
Yep, and a good price.
So my question on that, and I don't know what your cutoff is for the
Yeah.
top 8 midfielders,
Yeah.
but can he be 110? Because if he can, that's a lock to be in
Yeah.
the top
Oh,
group.
I agree 100%. I feel he has to drop a little bit, and he might actually be in the original 8, to tell you the truth.
No. No, we've had
He's-
3 games.
He hasn't,
3 games.
He hasn't come out of nowhere, though. He has been so highly touted since he entered the league, and he's been disappointing. But once the penny drops, look at Petraka. It took him about 6 years before the penny dropped.
Yeah.
This guy, it's happened, it'd be his 3rd year, wouldn't it?
Something like that.
Something happens in 3rd year.
Yeah,
It's a
bit of
magical
break.
thing.
So he's played.
Yeah.
He's played Sydney, Richmond, Gold Coast.
Grab the footy record. Who wrote about GWS?
Right.
Probably me. I'll have a look. Find us
look.
another question, Doc.
Now, I don't think we'll... I think this is a teaser for people tuning in.
Right.
Next week, we're on. Rolling 22.
Oh, hell yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it.
Yeah. Oh, no, Cal wrote about him.
Tom Green.
He's probably got Lockie Ash in
Probably
there.
that. Yeah, he does.
Oh,
How
God.
is Lockie Ash going? How's my bloody
Did you write about
draft
him?
team?
Didn't you write about him? Rowell.
Credibility, cow. Last question comes from Scott.
Was Ash in it? The top 5. Oh,
Ash was there.
Number 1.
No, it was a watch list.
get out of my office.
Scott Giles. Interested in Nick Blakey.
Oh, you.
This is a real
Yeah, it
person.
was
It's not a
not.
burner account, just quietly. I think Scott's had some good finishes over the years as well.
He has.
His role looks great.
It does.
Under 600k.
Correct.
Break even of 36.
Tick.
I would trade McCartan up to him at D6.
Clever.
How does he not average 80?
I don't see how, because he takes kickouts. They give it to him all the time.
His nickname's Lizard.
Yeah, he's that attacking guy from halfback for them. Like, Lloyd offers a lot of control. Blakely offers run and attack. And the boys get around him too.
So
he has a lot of upside.
What's that?
Yeah, well done, doggies.
What's Cal?
I'm just looking at his scores from last year. He got over 80 once.
Yeah.
Did he?
This will burn.
shocking.
This will burn.
What did Patrick Cripps have last year, Cal?
I don't know why you're talking like this. What's he talking like that?
Look, I've got him in draft, dog. If you love him so much, I need a forward desperately.
I'll give you Chad Wingard.
Or a ruck.
I'll give you Chad Wingard and probably a ruck for him.
I'll take it.
Chad Wingard.
Someone can have Chad Wingard, honestly.
Yeah, I don't want that.
Mate, he's averaging 46.
It is the worst. I think he might be my F1.
It's that peroxide in his hair.
Oh, that's not helping anything.
No, it doesn't help.
Top deck.
Anyway, good podcast.
Great podcast. Lord Juicy Boy.
Yeah,
Preussy.
Juicy.
Get on board.
Juicy, Brucey.
Cheap
Best
rock.
episode yet about last week. Always great listening to the band between the lads, and Calvin having the power to mute Warnie's Bombers ramblings made this the best
that
yet.
was good. That added to the pod.
Didn't it ever?
Haven't had a lot of Bombers stuff.
How would you? Do you know where they are on the ladder? Have you cast your eyes on the ladder?
No, where are they?
I don't look at the ladder.
Bottom.
Oh,
Just.
They'll be 3-3 in round
They
6.
are a genuine laughing stock.
they are. 3-3. That's
know what isn't a
disgusting
laughing
call.
They
stock?
might not win a game this year.
No.
No, it isn't a
chance.
laughing stock.
What?
Blakey. And what he's going to score this week.
I think he's good, dog. I think he's a good player.
Well, then
You
back
just don't
all of
do
the words
moves
you
like
say.
that. You
What,
don't
good
do-
moves?
Yes.
Thanks for tuning in. We'll be back on Thursday night for AFL Fantasy Live on Facebook from 6:15 p.m. Make sure you tune in for that, and we'll help you out with plenty of advice as you plan your Preuss trades.
Juicy.